Session. Marie Christie has a girl who's had 3 litters. She's bounced back quickly and completely from all the litters. Would you consider a 4th breeding? Absolutely, you bet. So my rule is, if the last litter was a good litter, Mum was good with her puppies, the puppies were all healthy, I had an enjoyable experience doing it, and Mum bounced back quickly from when she'd weaned her puppies, then go again. So people, and then the other thing is, if you did a C-section, hopefully you had a look under the hood and asked the questions, how are, any cysts or any, I can't think of the right word now, I've gone blank, adhesions, any adhesions on the uterus. So that's another piece of information as well. So if it all looks good on the inside, she was fine on the outside, go for it again. Use Im80 so. I have the opportunity to get a stud boy that carries Brindle. Has a great bloodline. Do you think I should wait for something that doesn't carry Brindle? I would not buy a dog ever that had Brindle. So the problem you'll have with a stud dog is he's going to get used, if he's successful, he's going to get used by a lot of people, and a lot of those people will not use him, including me, because of the Brindle. So, but please don't bash me about the Brindle. I'm tired to death on this Brindle issue, but for me, no, not going to work. So I wouldn't buy it. My glasses are so dirty I can't read. Mr. Lift says, my English Bulldog, we're talking about Cherry Eye. Okay, she says that you can pop it in and it pops out, and pop it in. Yeah, rail, yeah, so there you go. I mean, look, this massaging the corner of the eye to get the Cherry Eye to go back in, it doesn't work all the time. So, sometimes it just keeps on popping out, and at some point you've got to go and have some kind of surgical procedure done. Glove 6235, my old English Bulldog tied with my mum's Frenchie, and she doesn't want the pregnancy. You either had the pregnancy or you bought it. I've got videos on that. It's me, 4455. I want to do a DNA check through animal genetics. What test do you recommend? What medical panel test should I do? Well, I mean, I think they've got different choices. Typically people do a 4-panel, there's a 5-panel. I mean, you pick it. The problem with these panels is, it's how do I put this? I think there's a lot to do about nothing in most cases. Example would be in French Bulldogs. Although they can have the gene for DM, they will never suffer from it. So that's an example of a test that they shouldn't be offering. And I see that some places like Embark now are not offering that test finally. I'm not sure what that one's about. Something about weighing a towel down. If you're weighing on a towel, it won't weigh right. Well, whenever I weigh something and there's a towel or a cup there, I hit the 0 button, so I zero it out. I'm not sure if that's what we're talking about, but if you don't zero it out, you get a wrong reading. Another one about the Cherry Eye. I did this, fixed it, but it's finally got it back in, but the vet says it's not going to be a lifelong fix. Well, could well be true. But I mean, look, here's the deal. Try it and see. If it works, wonderful. Save the dog the aggravation of having to go through surgery that's just not much fun. Not sure what this one's about. Tiggy 4750. I'm going to ignore that. I'm sorry, I just don't understand what the question is. Tiggy, well, here we go. Tiggy 4750. I believe it's cruel to breed these dogs. It's not normal for a dog to be panting like this. Brachycephalic dogs are and cats suffer. They do not have long. Okay, well, somebody doesn't like what we're doing, so there we go. Questions on studs. Looking at the website, Mando's not listed. Correct. I've got to fix that. Wondering if there are other not listed on the website. There are. Cody's got a couple of more boys now that are actually up and running. I will try to get this done this weekend and get more up-to-date information. Somebody else, I wonder if it's the same person. Let's have a look. Eva is asking a question about animal genetics. No, different person. Eva 1023, how do you feel about only doing a 4-panel health test versus a more extensive test? What if the pup's normal on the 4-panel but not on the 6th panel? Do you still have breeding rights? Well, it depends on which test it fails. So I can't answer the question, but the answer is probably okay. But again, without knowing which test it fails, I couldn't tell you. Somebody's saying, thank you for the information on antibiotics you can get over the counter. You're welcome. Here's a good question. Marie Evdes Gagnes asks, what kind of material should I use at the bottom floor for a whelping box? I want to use your heating system. Yes, so the problem you've got here, and there's an easy fix for this, and the easy fix is a product called Caro Plastic. And it's a 4 by 8 foot sheet, and the place to buy is Home Depot because they've got the best price on it, Home Depot. And last time I looked, it was about 20 bucks. And what it is, it's a kind of a plastic corrugated material. It comes in a sheet. You can cut it with a box knife. And so with that, you can put yourself a floor down. It's a solid floor, and you stick the heat tape to the bottom of that. It's easy to do. It's very resistant to dog tearing it up. It's easy to wipe up because it's non-porous. And so some of these, so there's a couple of reasons that you would be doing this. One would be that you're making your own whelping box. You don't have a floor. Good, that'll fix it. The second one is you buy a product like the Easy Whelp system, and some of those come with a vinyl floor, and that's not very good for sticking tape to. So in that situation, you put the whole thing together, and then you put the plastic floor down on top of it with the heat tape underneath that. Yeah, so there you go, plastic. How many dogs get pregnant on a split heat? Well, I don't know. I don't have any statistics. But I can tell you that a lot of dogs have split heats, and I successfully breed them. But I don't successfully breed all dogs all the time, so I don't have any statistics. But I mean, if you have a dog with a split heat, I'd breed the dog. If you want to breed the dog has a split heat, breed it. Most likely reason for a split heat is a young dog, and it'll all smooth out in some subsequent breedings. I think probably the thing to do here is if you're paying for a stud service, have a conversation with the stud owner about what happens if it doesn't take, because you don't want to be stuck with another stud fee. You know, if you're using us, you pay $1,000 towards a stud fee with a balance when you have puppies. And if you don't get puppies, which happens occasionally, then the $1,000 goes as a credit to any future breeding of your choice. It doesn't even have to be the same dog. So, but just make sure that that option's on the table, because otherwise, you know, you may be stuck with a big breeding fee and no puppies. Encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Frisky now, come on up here, girl.